Libra, my dear. The money door that opens only once every 12 years is open today, and if you don't walk through it now, everything resets. This is not poetic exaggeration. This is a rare energetic truth echoed by the alignment of the stars and the unmistakable whispers of destiny. And if you're here, watching this, then know this: you were not meant to miss it. Welcome to Zodiac Whisper Tarot. This isn't just another horoscope video, this is a sacred message for the soul of Libra. A divine interruption. A cosmic invitation. You're not just watching. You're being summoned. I want to ask you something bold. What if the decisions you make in the next few minutes could determine the course of your finances, your relationships, your self-worth for the next 12 years? Because, Libra, they will. And no, I'm not speaking to all signs. I'm speaking to you. The scales of your soul are trembling because the energy around you is shifting. A karmic cycle is ending. And right now, the universe is asking if you're ready to rise. Or willing to repeat. If your chest feels tight, if you've been seeing repeating numbers 6, 9, or 12, if people from your past have suddenly reappeared asking for money, energy, or time. That is not coincidence. That is divine pattern. That is your wake-up call. You've likely felt it for weeks now, something quietly pulling at your spirit. Something urging you to balance what has long been imbalanced. That's because this moment was written into your soul contract long before you arrived at this timeline. This moment right here, right now, was meant for you. And if you've been tired of giving more than you receive, if your finances have felt delayed, disrupted, or just out of reach, then today marks your energetic crossroads. One path leads to 12 more years of emotional and financial repetition. The other opens a gateway to abundance aligned with your truth. But here's the secret: the universe doesn't choose that for you. You do. So pause with me. Breathe in. Listen closely. This isn't a metaphor. This is an opening. A spiritual and astrological gate that only Libra can walk through, and only when fully aware. If your heart is even slightly whispering, "This is for me," don't scroll. Don't doubt. Don't delay. Doubt is the voice of your old story trying to survive. Instead, respond. Let your soul speak first. Comment below with the words, "Lux Libra, I choose the new cycle." That single sentence typed by your own hands is how you step forward. That's how you declare to the universe, "I'm ready. I'm awake. I will not go back." Before we go deeper into the gates, the planets, the ritual, and the 12-year financial realignment that's unfolding just for you, let me offer this. Thank you. Thank you for being here. For listening. For believing in something deeper than the noise of the world. Every comment, every like, every subscription you offer doesn't just support this channel, it magnifies your own alignment. Because what we bless in others always returns multiplied. And believe me, Libra, you will want to stay with me until the very last word today. Because what the universe is revealing for you is nothing short of miraculous. So, Libra, tell me, what have you done, or let go of, or dreamed about, that brought you to this moment today? There's something quietly powerful about the way Libra holds space in the zodiac. You don't push. You don't chase. You draw in energy by becoming it, by embodying harmony, beauty, and inner clarity. That's not just symbolic poetry, that's energetic law. Governed by Venus, Libra is not simply a sign of balance, you are the balance. You are the sacred tension between giving and receiving, between serving others and honoring yourself. And when that delicate equilibrium is disrupted, even slightly, your entire reality starts to shift, and not always in the direction you intended. Most people associate wealth with effort, hustle, and relentless motion. But Libra teaches something deeper, that true abundance doesn't require exhaustion, it requires alignment. When your inner world is still, intentional, and self-honoring, prosperity finds its way to you as naturally as light pours through an open window. It's not magic. It's resonance. You receive what you are ready to hold, not just materially, but energetically. And yet, this is where many Libras fall out of sync. You give beautifully. You support. You soothe. You carry others in their hardest moments. But over time, if you keep giving without boundaries, something inside you quietly depletes. It starts as fatigue. Then comes resentment. Then a feeling that no matter how much love or effort you give, it's never enough, and that the universe has forgotten to return what you've poured out. But the truth is, it's not that you're forgotten. It's that your balance, your sacred inner scale, has tipped too far in one direction. When this happens, your energy leaks. Financial opportunities slip away. Not because you're unlucky, but because your frequency no longer matches the abundance you deserve. You may begin to attract people who take but never pour back into you. Or situations that feel promising, only to fade into disappointment. This isn't punishment. This is reflection. It's the universe gently revealing where your own self-honor has gone silent. There's a gentle reminder here not to stop giving, but to give from wholeness, not depletion. You were never meant to become the foundation for someone else's comfort at the expense of your own peace. Even the strongest scales break if the weight on one side is never balanced. And Libra, this is your moment to restore that balance. Not just to receive, but to feel worthy of what's arriving. That's the true reset of this 12-year money gate, not chasing more, but finally allowing yourself to hold what you've long been, aligned with peace, support, prosperity, and love. You may recall a time when you felt completely drained mentally, emotionally, financially. And yet somehow, someone showed up. A check arrived. A door opened. A stranger extended kindness. That wasn't random. That was divine timing. Grace meeting you when you had nothing left to hold yourself up. Those moments are not rare miracles. They are reminders that when you rest in truth, when you come back into your center, provision always finds you. So in this season, as the universe opens a new timeline before you, I invite you not to work harder, but to return deeper. To your truth. To your limits. To your yes, and your sacred no. Let this chapter begin not with pressure, but with clarity. You don't have to earn the right to receive. You only need to remember who you are when you're no longer trying to please everyone around you. The one who is calm in chaos. The one who holds justice and gentleness in the same hand. The one who brings light simply by standing still. And if anything in your heart whispers that this message is yours, I encourage you to take a breath, and comment below, "I restore my balance." That one line can become your anchor. Because even the softest declaration, made in full awareness, can move mountains you no longer have to carry. Sometimes, the most powerful moments in our lives don't arrive with fireworks or loud announcements, they arrive as quiet invitations. Libra, that's what this is. A door has opened, a very rare one, and it doesn't swing open for long. In fact, it only appears once every 12 years. This moment you're standing in right now? It's not just important. It's astrological, energetic, and deeply personal. And your soul knows that you wouldn't be here if it didn't. What's unfolding in the sky above you mirrors something stirring within you. Pluto, the great transformer, is facing your sign directly. That's no small detail. This isn't a gentle nudge, this is a deep excavation. Pluto doesn't knock. It digs. It pulls forward the truths you've buried under routines, responsibilities, and emotional habits. It's not here to destroy what matters, it's here to break apart what's no longer true. And Libra, you've carried so much for so long, often in silence. This transit is asking you to release the weight. To look at your financial patterns, your self-worth, your unspoken fears about value and belonging, and to decide which ones no longer serve the version of you that's emerging. At the same time, Saturn is retrograding not to punish you, but to test your wisdom. Saturn retrograde is the universe's way of asking, did you really learn the lesson, or are you just surviving it? It's like revisiting a chapter in your life that once felt unfinished, and now you get the pen. You get to close it in your own handwriting. This is especially powerful for Libra, because you've always been here to learn through relationships with people, with money, with responsibility, with time. And now, those relationships are under review, not to shame you, but to clarify you. Then comes Jupiter, the benevolent expander, stepping in to offer you the gate, the opportunity. But here's what most people misunderstand about Jupiter. He opens the door, yes. But he doesn't drag you through it. The action is yours. The decision is yours. The abundance isn't automatic. It arrives in proportion to your alignment. This is the cosmic equation: excavation plus reflection plus expansion equals transformation. But it only activates when you walk with awareness. Think back to 2013. What began and never fully took shape? What closed too soon, or slipped away before you could understand why? Maybe it was a dream, a business, a relationship, or even a version of yourself you never got to fully become. This cycle now brings that storyline back, not to haunt you, but to heal you. You're being given a chance to complete what was once left unfinished, and you won't have this window again until 2037. That's not a threat. That's grace in motion. That's timing on your side, but only for a moment. Just as a garden won't grow from seeds never planted, your abundance can't rise from choices never made. This is your moment to plant intentionally, with clarity, not from fear but from faith in who you are now. And yes, I know the world around you may be loud, distracting, urgent. But the most important decisions often happen in the quietest places. In the stillness of your own knowing. In that gentle nudge that says, I've been here before, and this time I choose differently. You don't have to know every step ahead. You only need to say yes to this one. And if you feel it in your breath, in your heartbeat, in the calm certainty that this message found you for a reason, then let this be your step. Comment below, I step into the new cycle. Sometimes, a simple declaration is all it takes to shift the energy around us and unlock what's been waiting. Not because it's magic, but because it's time. Every once in a while, we begin to notice the world around us shifting not in loud, obvious ways, but in subtle, curious patterns. You might catch the same numbers showing up on clocks, receipts, or timestamps 6, 9, 12. You might find yourself waking from vivid dreams that feel more like messages than just imagination. Or someone from your past, someone who once drained your energy or relied on your silence, suddenly reappears not by chance, but as part of something deeper trying to surface. These are not coincidences. They are energetic signals, gentle but undeniable nudges that your soul is in motion. When you begin seeing synchronicities like these, especially in times of inner questioning or emotional tightness, it's often a sign that a shift is already underway. What was once dormant inside you, your clarity, your calling, your sense of self-worth, is beginning to wake up. This kind of inner stirring is deeply aligned with the energy of Libra. Because your sign, more than any other, is designed to feel imbalance before it becomes visible. You sense it. In conversations, in relationships, even in finances. You may not always speak on it, but you feel it. And now, the universe is allowing you to feel it even more sharply, not to punish, but to prepare you. The repeating signs, the numbers, the dreams, the emotional restlessness are symptoms of energy cracking open. You're not breaking down, you're breaking through. But just like any system that's long been out of alignment, the process of returning to your truth can feel uncomfortable. When you've been overgiving for years, standing still can feel selfish. When you've been surrounded by takers, learning to receive can feel unnatural. That tension is exactly where your breakthrough lives. Energetically, we are always attracting what matches our dominant frequency. So if you've been healing but still carrying old beliefs, the old world will keep trying to pull you back, to test you, to tempt you, or to simply see if you'll stay where it's familiar. The law of attraction doesn't just respond to what you want, it responds to what you believe you deserve. And right now, Libra, you're being asked to decide whether you believe you're worthy of stepping into a life that doesn't require you to sacrifice your peace in order to survive. In moments like this, I often recall quiet stories of faith, stories of people who didn't know how the outcome would unfold, but chose to move forward anyway. People who said yes to an inner knowing that had no proof, only peace. And almost always, something arrived to meet them on the other side of that choice, an unexpected opportunity, a healing moment, a release that they didn't know they needed. That's how divine alignment often works. It doesn't shout. It whispers. So if your body has been tired for no reason, if your soul has felt full but boxed in, if the same kinds of people keep re-entering your life asking for the same things, energy, attention, support, it's not random. It's a test. A reflection. A sacred question. Will you let the old vibration pull you back? Or will you finally say, not this time? And if you feel that pull to choose differently, to honor what's rising inside you, then say it out loud. Better yet, write it. Speak it. Declare it. Type the words in the comments. I break the cycle. I return to my center. Because sometimes the smallest act of conscious intention is the spark that shifts everything. You're not just watching a message today, you are living it. And the moment you respond with clarity, the new cycle begins. There comes a time in every transformational journey when knowing is no longer enough. Awareness, no matter how powerful, must eventually become movement. And Libra, this is your moment of movement. The ritual I'm about to walk you through is not about superstition, performance, or even tradition. It's about energy, and more importantly, it's about your willingness to consciously participate in shaping what comes next. You've already felt it, something inside you has shifted. You've listened deeply, reflected honestly, and maybe even started seeing yourself and your patterns with greater clarity. But clarity alone won't open the door. Action does. That's where ritual comes in. Not to fix you, but to focus you. To signal to the universe and to your own subconscious that you're ready to reset, realign, and receive what matches the version of you that no longer hides behind fear or exhaustion. This particular activation is simple, but deeply symbolic. You'll need 3 things: a white piece of paper, a green or blue ink pen, and a white candle. These are not props. They're frequency carriers. The paper becomes the container of your intention. The green or blue ink connects to the heart and throat chakras, truth and expression. And the white candle represents purification, clarity, and renewal. When you sit down to do this, bring your full self into the moment. No distractions. No rushing. Write the sentence slowly, by hand: I release the old cycle. I activate the Libra gate. You're not just writing words. You're imprinting a decision into the fabric of your personal timeline. That's why we don't type it or speak it only. The act of writing by hand forms a bridge between intention and embodiment. Next, fold the paper toward you, because this is about drawing energy in, not sending it away. Then place it beneath the burning candle. Watch the flame for a moment. Let it hold your attention. Let it melt away the tension you've been carrying around money, around giving too much, around feeling unseen or unsupported. The candle does not burn the paper. It burns the weight of what you no longer need to carry. That's how energy clears, through symbolic, focused attention. While the candle is burning, repeat the affirmation softly: money flows to me when I choose my balance. Not loudly, not with pressure. Say it as if it's already true. As if it's been waiting for you to finally believe it. Let your voice anchor the new vibration in your field. Finally, when you're done, go to the comments and type, Light Libra. Not as a gesture for me, but as a declaration for you. Those 2 words seal the energy. They say to the universe, I'm not just watching anymore. I'm participating. I'm aligning. I'm ready. There's one more thing you should know: this window, this energetic gate, stays open for approximately 72 hours from the time you hear this message. That's when the cosmic alignment is most potent. After that, the ritual still works, but the force behind it shifts. It becomes education instead of ignition. Reflection instead of entry. So don't wait for the perfect moment. This is the moment. The one your soul already feels rising. And in the quiet rhythm of this ritual, something sacred happens. You reclaim your voice. You redirect your energy. And you begin creating from choice, not survival. Libra, this isn't about trying harder. It's about remembering who you are when you're not trying to be anything else. When you make space for belief to become practice, that's when miracles unfold. Not always with lightning. Sometimes through a flame. sometimes through a pen, sometimes through the simple, brave act of saying yes. Some choices don't just change your plans, they change your timeline. And Libra, what stands in front of you now is not just another decision, but a moment of conscious creation. You've been walking with awareness. You've felt the shift. You've done the inner work. But at some point, the question becomes, will you continue evolving? Or return to the version of yourself that survived instead of thrived? The 12-year gate is not about rewards or punishments. It's about pattern or power. Repeating what you've known, or stepping into what's truly meant for you. This isn't a time to chase perfection. It's a time to choose presence. Choosing the new cycle doesn't require that everything is figured out. It only requires that you stop betraying your own rhythm. The universe is not testing you to see how strong you are, it's reminding you that you're allowed to stop proving, start receiving, and build from peace rather than pressure. But you must choose that. You must declare it, live it, and protect it. No one can do that for you. And it starts with the small things, the habits that speak to your self-worth louder than any affirmation ever could. Money isn't just numbers. It's a mirror. So is health, love, time. How you spend each reflects what you believe you deserve. That's why this part of the path is so practical. Divide your finances into clarity, what supports your living, what builds your growth, and what expands your vision. When you honor each with intention, energy flows back to you with structure, not confusion. Your body, too, is not separate from this cycle. It's the vessel that holds your frequency. Start simple. Drink warm water when you wake up to signal new energy. Cut back on refined sugars, not out of guilt, but out of love for your clarity. Breathe in patterns that reset your nervous system. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out. And do it with kindness. This is not about detoxing your life. It's about devoting to yourself, gently and daily. In your career, ask yourself honestly, does this path still reflect who I'm becoming? If your job exhausts you more than it fuels you, that's not normal. That's a signal. If your creativity has gone quiet, your fire has gone dim, that's not failure. That's a redirection waiting to happen. The same goes for your relationships. Anyone who continually costs you your peace is too expensive. If you've been trying to keep the connection alive while your spirit fades, it may be time to let go, not because they're bad, but because your future doesn't speak the same language anymore. There's a beautiful line in scripture that reminds us, the new thing God is doing is already beginning. The question isn't, will it happen? The question is, do you see it? That's what this choice is about. Seeing the shift and saying yes to it. And Libra, no one else can answer that but you. This is your cycle. Your declaration. Your alignment. So here's what I invite you to do, right now, as a way of anchoring what your heart already knows. Type the words in the comments, I choose the new cycle. Not as a hope. As a commitment. As a reminder to yourself and a message to the universe that you are not turning back. You are not here to repeat the last 12 years. You are here to begin the ones that were always meant for you, the ones where balance doesn't cost you, but carries you. If you've made it to this moment, Libra, I want you to pause and take that in. Because not everyone does. Most people scroll past the quiet call of transformation. Most people dismiss the subtle nudges of change and wait for life to push them. But not you. You stayed. You listened. You reflected. And now, you're standing at the edge of something you may not even have the words for yet, but your spirit already recognizes it. You were never here out of curiosity. You were called. That tug you felt in your chest, that stillness in your breath, that warmth behind your eyes, it wasn't random. It was recognition. A deeper part of you, the one who's tired of surviving, the one who knows you're meant for more, stepped forward. And now, that part of you is holding the key. Because here's the truth, no one can open this gate for you. Not me, not the planets, not the prayers of others. I can only point to the door. I can walk with you up to its threshold. But the choice to enter the moment you cross from knowing into becoming, that is yours alone. And the beauty of that truth is this: if it's yours to open, it's also yours to own. Let me ask you now, gently but clearly, what would happen if you believed this moment was designed exactly for you? What would change if you gave yourself permission to stop repeating and start receiving? What if everything you've struggled with financially, emotionally, spiritually wasn't a punishment, but preparation for the kind of alignment that no one can take from you ever again? The gate is open. But time will not wait. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to remind you that clarity always has a window. And when that window is open, energy moves faster. Support flows quicker. Manifestations land with more weight. But when that window closes, it doesn't mean you've failed, it means you've chosen delay over decision. And Libra, I know you're ready for something different now. So before you go, take a moment and ground this energy into your body and into your reality. If your heart knows this message was meant for you, comment below, Lux Libra, I choose the new cycle. That simple sentence written by you becomes a spiritual signature. A signal that you've decided to participate, not just observe. And trust me when I say, the universe notices when you speak your truth out loud. Share this message with another Libra who may be quietly waiting for a sign but doesn't know how to ask for it. That act of generosity isn't just a blessing for them, it amplifies the energy in your own life. Because what you help awaken in others, you also unlock in yourself. And don't forget to subscribe to Zodiac Whisper Tarot. This space isn't just about content. It's a home for your unfolding. Each time you return a little more to yourself. Thank you for being here, not just on this channel, but truly, fully here in this moment with me. Your presence matters. Your energy shapes what happens next. And no matter what's happened before this day, I want you to hear this clearly: you don't have to repeat it again. You don't have to carry what you've outgrown. And you don't have to wait to feel worthy of the new timeline already rising to meet you. The door is open, Libra. And the most powerful thing you can do now is walk through it.